everybody is your friend, and the sooner you accept that, the easier your life will be. Hi, Bella Beauties. Welcome back to my channel. Oftentimes, we like to dwell on the betrayal of so called friends. Our friends were fake, they weren't loyal, they were using you, they don't know how to be real friends. But I think what a lot of us fail to realize is just because you put somebody in the friend category does not mean they also put you in their friend category. Sometimes, to your closest friend, you are just a casual friend to them. You might not be your best friend's best friend. So they are not going to invest in the relationship the same way that you are. Okay, so once you realize your position in people's lives, you can either play the part, match them, or choose to leave if you want a different type of relationship with them. So in today's video, we will talk about how to recognize and categorize your friendships, what the different type of friendship relationships require, what to and not to expect, what kind of boundaries may be required for each type of relationship, and what the nature of the relationship may look like. Now, this is personal to you, okay? I'm not saying everything I say here is a requirement for everyone or like is Bible. You know yourself best and you know how to be in your relationships. It's just a little guide for the people that may overcommit to people or people that just views everybody as friends and ends up getting hurt and blindsided. So why is this so important to categorize your friends? So categorizing your friends is crucial for maintaining healthy and fulfilling relationships. If you understand the nature of each type of relationship, you can tailor your interactions to fit the level of closeness of your relationship. And for you, this ensures that your behavior or expectations and or boundaries are appropriate for the relationship. And this reduces your risk of disappointment on your part, okay? And you can effectively manage your emotional investment effectively in the relationship. You're not overextending yourself for somebody that is not higher on your friendship hierarchy or vice versa. Categorizing your friends lets you know what to expect of each type of friend and what boundaries and standards that you should have for each. All right, so let's bring up the Venn diagram that I put together here. So basically, this is what you can share with each type of friend. So sometimes you can share similar things with the different groups of friends. So for example, if you can share something with a close friend, then you can definitely share it with the best friend. If you can share something with a casual friend, then you can definitely share it with a close friend. You get what I'm seeing here? So if you can't share something with your close friends, you definitely should not share it with a casual friend. And if you can't share something with a casual friend, then you definitely should not share it with an acquaintance or a colleague. Okay, so that's how that works. So that's the little Venn diagram here. You can, take a look at it, screenshot it, whatever. But your best friend should be able to encompass everything that you'll be able to share with everybody else that's not a best friend, okay? Because they have the deepest trust and the strongest relationship out of all of these. So we will start from acquaintance all the way to best friend, okay? So acquaintances are the people that are in our network. These are the people that we know casually, either through professional or social settings. They're supposed to be very surface level relationships with limited to no emotional investment. So acquaintances are important for expanding our network. They offer opportunities for collaboration, social engagement, or professional development. Okay, but they usually do not evolve into deep personal connections. So these are the people that we do the small talk with. If you have the Glow Getter guidebook, these are the people that you will mostly mask with if you curated your mask. When interacting with acquaintances, it's important to keep conversations lighthearted, and if it's a professional connection, keep it professional. Engage in polite conversation and network for mutual opportunities, okay? But avoid divulging your personal information or sensitive information to acquaintances, okay? So with acquaintances, you can reveal general information about your job or the industry that you're in, your hobbies, your interests, maybe the news, the weather, pop culture. Those things are appropriate for acquaintances. So keep the topics non-controversial and suitable for casual conversation. So they don't need to know who you went on a date with, who you sleeping with, what that girl or that guy did to you, the latest gossip. So avoid discussing personal or sensitive information with acquaintances, such as family issues, your finances, your deeply held beliefs, politics. It's important to maintain a level of privacy and not overshare with those who have not earned your trust. Okay, acquaintances have not earned your trust. Those are not the people that you be messy with. Okay, so to keep an acquaintance as a connection in your network, you have to learn small talk and how to maintain surface level relationships. So, for example, let's say you see a girl that is in your economics class on campus. You're not close friends, but maybe you worked on a project together before, and you're cool, right? So you see her in the campus center and you lock eyes. So say hi, okay? For example, hey Alyssa, nice to see you again. Did you see the email that Professor Smith sent this morning? Yeah, girl, he is tripping. Yeah, that final sounds like it's gonna be hard. Yeah. No, I'm still creating my Quizlet for it. Like, it's a lot of information. Yeah. I know, right? Like he knows exactly what button to push. I swear. Yeah. Well, I gotta get to class in like 10 minutes, so like I'll see you later. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Bye. Boom. Done. It's not deep. It is surface level. They're not being bombarded with your personal business. That's how you keep surface level people in your network. For example, also, let's say this is not somebody in your class, but maybe this is a girl that you see a lot at parties that you attend. Maybe you see her a lot at parties. You guys party together, you kiki, it's cool and everything. Um, Acquaintances are great for connecting with other people too. So, for example, let's say maybe you're looking for a guy or to date or something, they can introduce you to somebody new. Okay, so acquaintances are great for something like that. You're also great for career networking. So, like the example that I gave with the economics class girl, maybe like you can add her to your LinkedIn after school or whatever. So maybe when you're looking for work, you can hit her up like, "Hey, I'm looking for this type of position. Do you have anything available at your current office, or do you know anybody that's hiring for this position?" So they're great for networking for stuff like that too. And acquaintances are great to follow you on social media. They fill up your Instagram comments. Unless like your social media is like very deeply personal or explicit, you can have your acquaintances follow you on social media. It's a great way to keep up with the connection without huge investment in the relationship. Okay. So let's move on to expectations that you shouldn't have from acquaintances. So don't expect your acquaintances to provide emotional support or personal advice. Okay. Their role is surface level and is primarily social or professional. Okay. So don't expect your acquaintances to be available or interested in engaging with you outside of the context in which you know them. So if this is a girl that you usually see at parties, you probably should not invite her to your baby shower. Okay, you can tailor it to your own life. So, also, I do not advise lending acquaintances money or trying to borrow money from acquaintances. Um, do not be vulnerable or cry to your acquaintances. That's not their job. Do not share your personal secrets with them. You do not trust them. They don't know you like that. And help. So, like I said before, their help is very limited. So, it's help that doesn't require significant emotional investment or a very like huge thing that they can help you with. That's not appropriate for acquaintances. Okay. All right. Moving on to colleagues. Okay. So personally, I feel like your colleagues are never your friends. Like maybe you found a girl or two at your job that you really click with, they are still not your friends. They're your colleagues. Okay. They're just your allies at work. Okay. So the workplace is a very sketchy and unpredictable place. Okay. The dynamics often shift due to competition, promotions, or office politics. You can have friendly interactions or even bond over things at work, but it's essential to remember that These relationships are professional, okay? They are not your real friend. Underlying goals and motivations in the workplace can sometimes lead to conflict of interest, okay? So it's risky to treat colleagues as friends. So it's safe to discuss work related topics with your colleagues, okay? You can share light personal details that are relevant to your professional life. So you will have to heavily mask with these people too. You can engage in general conversations about the industry trends or common interests. Go back to the math section of your Glowgetter guidebook, and you might even want to create a list specifically for the things that you can share at work. Okay, so the same things you share with acquaintances, you can share with colleagues. Avoid sharing personal or sensitive information such as your deepest thoughts, personal struggles, or anything that could be used against you in professional settings. Okay. It's also wise not to divulge your long term career aspirations or any plans that could affect your job security in the workplace. So, here are some things that I think you should avoid sharing at work. Okay. So, number one, do not discuss the details of your romantic relationships, okay? Your family problems or your personal beefs with other people, okay? This can lead to gossip and it may affect how your colleagues perceive you, okay? So you have to guard your reputation, all right? So do not go divulging these deep, intimate issues with your colleagues. They are not your friends. Also, do not talk about your financial information, so like your salary. Do not share your salary with your with your colleagues, okay? Because if they find out you're making more than them, oh baby, they're about to target you, okay? Do not share your debts, your financial struggles, or your investments. That's none of your business, okay? Discussing finances can create tension, jealousy, or power imbalances. So if they find out you come from money or something, they are definitely going to try to sabotage you from climbing that corporate ladder, okay? Because they feel like you already got so much. Why do you need more? Okay, so do not discuss your financial information with colleagues. Never discuss politics or your religious beliefs at work. Ever. Okay? Ever. It may lead to conflicts or awkwardness in the workplace. Okay? Do not do that ever, please. Also, do not discuss your long term career goals. So, if you want to be something else, not at your workplace, but in the future, do not tell them that, please, because they are going to gossip about you. And if your boss finds out, you are not going to be promoted to the next phase of your career in that job. So, because your plans is not to be here, so why should they invest in you? So you think you're addition to your colleagues, but babes, when it comes to the workplace, everybody is in competition with each other. Okay, they are not your friends. Okay, so don't tell them like in 2 years I'm going to leave this job and go do something else. Do not do that, please. Also, do not share your opinions about your colleagues, your other colleagues, with your colleague, with your work friends. Okay, so, for example, do not talk about management. Do not talk about, your supervisors with your colleagues, because as soon as they can throw you under the bus, oh, baby, they are going to throw you under the bus. If they want to tell you their opinions about other people, gladly listen to it. Like, the more information you have from them, the better it is for you to navigate the social situations at work. But if you ever tell them anything negative about your manager or your supervisor or something, baby, the minute they can use that against you, they are going to. Okay? So do not tell your colleagues about, your actual opinions on management or your supervisors. You also don't want to divulge sensitive things about your personal habits or lifestyle choices. So they do not need to know that you blacked out drunk last weekend, okay? And you didn't know what happened, and you were partying so hard, and you were doing this drug, and they don't need to know that. They don't. Why should they know that? Your colleagues are not your friends, okay? They don't need to know that, okay? If they ask, your weekend was very boring. Period. Complaining about your job. So if you really tell your colleagues that you really hate this job, and like you can't wait to leave, and da 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 da, they might agree with you in the moment, but babes, I'm telling y'all, the minute they can throw you under the bus, they will. Do not trust anybody at work. Okay. All right, so let's move on to expectations. Do not expect loyalty from your colleagues, okay? Never trust anybody at work, especially with your personal business, okay? Those people will turn on you at any time. Your colleagues are never your friends. Like, I can't say that enough, okay? And do not hang out with your colleagues outside of work. If it's like a team happy hour or something like that for networking, cool, whatever, that's cool. But do not befriend your colleagues outside of work related things. Do not put your trust in them, please. Also, do not expect your colleagues to be available to you outside of work. Deal with them during work hours only, unless it's like a work trip or work related event or something. Yeah. Also, do not be vulnerable at work. So, like, if you're going through a breakup or something, that's not the time to tell your colleagues. They're not there for your emotional support. What type of support should you expect from your colleagues? So if it's like a work ally, so uh, they can help you with, like, maybe you need training on something that they don't that they have knowledge of, or like you need help with a specific part of the project. If they can cover you the shift because you can't make it or something like that. If this is a good work ally of yours, they might be able to do that, but other than that, they do not expect them to help you outside of like your job. Okay. Do not allow your colleagues to follow you on social media. Unless it's like LinkedIn, that's fine. But if you really want to follow them on social media, wait till you're leaving the job. Okay. If you're leaving the company, then cool. Like, otherwise, do not let them follow you because they're going to watch whatever you're doing. And if you call in sick and they see you partying on your stories, if they don't like you, they're definitely going to make sure your boss knows. Okay. So your colleagues are not your friends. Right. All right. So let's move on to number 3, which is situational friends. Situational friends are people that we bond with due to shared circumstances or environments, such as a class, an organization, a hobby group. These friendships are context dependent and may not last beyond the shared situation. So, situational friends can offer companionship and support within the specific context, but the friendship may fade once the situation changes. So, these will be um, the people in your swim group, the people from your painting group, the people in the extracurricular club that you're in on campus. So it's important to be friendly and supportive within the shared environment, but not to expect the friendship to extend beyond that. So once you leave your job, you might not hear from your old colleagues again, unless maybe you connect on social media or something. Once you stop painting, maybe you will never see the people from your painting group again, so on and so forth. Okay. With situational friends, the key is to share information that is relevant to the context in which the friendship exists. So here are some things that you can share with situational friends. So if you're part of a hobby group, you can talk about your shared interests, such as your progress in a particular hobby, some tips and ideas related to the activity, or upcoming events related to your shared passion. You can also share general personal details about yourself. So you can share light personal details such as where you grew up, your favorite movies, your books, um, what you enjoy doing in your free time. This helps to create a friendly rapport without crossing personal boundaries. So you will mask here too. Okay. You can also share your opinions on general topics. So, like pop culture, it's okay to share your non-controversial topics like current events, industry news, or general observations about the shared environment. Okay. Here are some things that I think you should avoid discussing with situational friends. So do not share your deep personal matters to situational friends. Okay, such as your relationship issues, okay, your family problems, your emotional struggles. These topics are way too sensitive for a relationship that's primarily based on shared circumstances, okay? Do not share about your financial information, your controversial opinions. So, like I said, politics, religion, social justice issues, okay? Do not discuss that with your situational friends. They don't care. Do not share your past traumas or vulnerabilities with these people. They do not need to know about your traumas like that. Okay. Do not trauma dump on these people. Do not share some lifestyle choices with these people. So, like I said, if you blacked out drunk last weekend, they don't need to know that either. Okay. Okay. If your date, if you went home with your date, do not tell them that. They don't need to know that. Okay. All right. You guys need to learn how to have a conversation with people without divulging too much personal information about yourself that other people don't need to know. Okay. Similar to acquaintances and colleagues, situational friends should not be expected to be loyal to you. Okay. They are not expected to show they're not expected to show you support unless it's like maybe related to the group that you're in. So, for example, let's say in your painting class, you want your friend to help you with how to stipple on the canvas. That's completely fine, but that's where their support ends. Okay. Don't expect situational friends to be there for you during personal crisis or to offer significant emotional support. Do not expect long term friendships or deep involvement in your personal life beyond the activity or situation that connects you to your situational friends. Okay. So do not lend money to situational friends. The relationship is not strong enough to handle financial transactions. Okay. So it's a little bit deeper than colleagues and acquaintances, right? But because you hang out, you're in the same type of group, you're in the same type of club or something. So you guys you talk about pop culture, you talk about other things, current events, whatever. You crack jokes here and there, you enjoy whatever activity you guys do together, but they're still not deep enough for you to be sharing deep personal things about yourself. Okay. So with situational friends, it's best to learn how to have a conversation. So not necessarily small talk, but small conversation. Okay, where you can talk all day, but it's not anything too deep about yourself. All right. All right, moving on to casual friends. So, casual friends are the people that we enjoy spending time with in a relaxed and informal setting. So, they are usually based on shared activities or social gatherings and involve limited emotional dependence. So, casual friends offer companionship and fun, okay, but they may not be the people we turn to during times of crisis. So, this might be your going out friends, the party friend, the brunch friend, the friend that you go to concerts with. Um, and again, your close friend and your best friend, you can also do this with them too. But I'm just, trying to create a difference here. So this is your going out friends, the party friend, the brunch friend, the concert friend, the baseball game friend, so engage in enjoyable activities with casual friends and share some general personal topics about yourself, but it's important to not rely on them for serious emotional support or to involve money in the relationship. When interacting with a casual friend, you can share certain aspects of your life that are more personal than what you share with acquaintances or situational friends, but still not as intimate as with close friends. Okay, so here's what you can comfortably share with a casual friend. So, with your casual friends, you can discuss your hobbies, your interests, your favorite activities, the book you're reading, the shows, the movies you watch, the sports you play, any creative pursuits like painting or writing. You can discuss social plans with them. So, about your weekend plans, upcoming events, or outings that you're excited about. Um, Casual friends often enjoy socializing together. So, these topics can lead to making plans or attending events together. You can talk about pop culture, current events, what's happening. Um, you know, did you see that thing on the Shade Room? Things like that. You can talk about celebrities. Celebrity gossip. That's cool. Fashion trends. Popular social media challenges. Latest celebrity news. You can talk about that with your casual friends. Um, you can also share light personal stories about yourself, things that may happen in your daily life, and that's not too serious. Like, girl, this girl that I met at work, she's da, 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 da. You can also share work related topics. So, how's work going, girl? Like, what happened to that girl that did this and that to you at work? As long as it's not overly detailed, you can talk about certain things. You can talk ish about your colleagues that you don't like with your casual friends because they are not your colleagues. So that's cool. A little deeper than situational friends, because this is the casual friend that you hang out with. You go to places together, so things might come up. So it's good to let them in a little bit, but not too much, okay? Because they're still casual. Here are some things that I think you should avoid discussing with casual friends. So, your past traumas, your deep personal insecurities, shameful past experiences, they don't need to know that, okay? Keep details about your financial situation private, including your income, savings, debts, or any financial struggles. Some people, when you share how much you're making and you're making good money, they might purposely forget their wallet that day at dinner, or forget to pay you back, or whatever. So I don't think you should share that kind of stuff with casual friends. Also, relationship problems. So I think you should avoid discussing intimate details about your romantic relationships. So you can share that you've been dating somebody, or you can share that you and your boyfriend are doing very well. Things are going great. You guys went to you know this restaurant, or you went on this trip together with your boyfriend or whatever. That's cool and whatever. But do not discuss things like the conflicts that you guys have, or you guys broke up, and got back together, or any personal issues that you have with your partner. I don't think you should really tell your casual friends that. But like, you can tell them about like the surface level things about your romantic relationship. Nothing that will really like raise an eyebrow. Also, again, I don't think you should discuss politics or religion with your casual friends. So like, and when I say religion, I mean like, maybe they're Christian and you're Muslim, or vice versa. Like, do not start arguing about who is right and who's wrong. That's what I mean when I say that's what I mean when I talk about like religion. Like, but if you're like Muslim, like, you can let them know like, yeah, yeah, I'm Muslim. Like, that's fine. That's completely fine. But I'm saying like going deep and like trying to argue about religion, don't do that. Also, do not talk about your family, like your serious family issues. They don't need to know that your uncle slapped your auntie. They don't need to know that. Okay. So any like huge family issues, I don't think you should tell your casual friends, please. Also, your mental health struggles. I don't think you should really tell your casual friends that. I mean, you can say something like, "I don't know, girl, I've been feeling like pretty down lately. I don't know," but do not tell them like you're so deep in there that you're trying to unalive yourself or something. No, they can't handle that. That's too much emotional work for casual friends. Okay. Do not talk about any legal issues. Okay, so like, if you got arrested, don't tell your casual friends that. They don't need to know anything about your legal issues. Okay. All right, so let's move on to expectations. You can expect them to be fairly available for socializing, but they might not be deeply invested in your personal issues, and that's fine. Okay, so they can offer limited emotional support, particularly for lighter issues in your life, but they are not the people that you turn to during major life crisis. Okay, maintaining a relationship with casual friends typically requires interactions on like a monthly or bi-monthly basis. Again, that's your life. You can keep in contact with people however you see fit. This is not like a rule book or anything. They're also great for keeping in contact with you on social media. So you can watch their stories on Instagram or something and slide up, make a comment. Like, social media is great for casual friends because it's deep enough to have access to your life, but not deep enough to have long conversations on the phone frequently with, or text them all day. So the purpose of these friendships is to enjoy life together, enjoy shared activities, social events, try new and cool things with. These interactions are important for keeping the connection alive, but they don't demand frequent or intense communication, okay, like close friends or best friends would. Don't expect your casual friends to be there for you during major life crisis or offer significant emotional support. Don't expect them to make long-term commitments or to always be available when you need them. Don't expect them to keep your deepest secrets or handle sensitive information with the same care that a close friend or a best friend would. Do not expect loyalty from your casual friends. Um, don't expect casual friends to be consistently available for you. Their priority might not be maintaining frequent contact. Okay. Don't expect them to provide significant help or support in serious situations. Their assistance is more like limited to lighter issues. So, for example, let's say like you're looking for a new job. Maybe they can connect you to somebody who is hiring for your talents, something like that. But you can't move into your casual friend's apartment if you lose your job or your apartment. Okay. Those are two different type of situations. Okay. That's way too deep for a casual friend. Now we're moving on to close friends and best friends. Before we do that, you guys need to understand that before you call somebody a close friend or a best friend, you need to make sure that you have vetted them first. Okay. If you don't know how to vet your friends, I have a video on my channel called Date Your Friends. It goes more into depth about how to choose your friends and vet them before calling them friends. Okay. So everybody that you call close friend or best friend should be able to pass most of the phases in that video. Also, you need to understand that friendship is a two-way street. Okay. Whatever you expect from your close friend or best friends, you should be given to them too. Okay. Reciprocity is what makes these relationships work. It's give and take. Okay. Also, as we move into these two categories, I need you guys to understand this about sharing things you can share. So, if you have something about yourself that if you ever broke up with a close friend or if you ever broke up with a best friend, if they ever share that information with somebody else, if you will be super embarrassed or humiliated or super ashamed of that thing, do not share with your close friends or your best friends. Okay. Keep that to yourself or keep it between you and your therapist. Okay. If you have something like that that you really don't want other people to know, I don't think you should share that with your close friends or your best friends. Okay. If you will die in shame when that thing gets out, do not tell them. That's just my little disclaimer. Okay. All right. With that being said, let's move on to close friends. Okay. So now with your close friends, those are the people that we share a deeper bond with. They're closer than casual friends. They're not just a party friend or the going out friend, but they know you more personally. Okay, so maybe you used to be best friends and you moved to a different state, so now you're just close friends. These relationships are built on trust, mutual respect, and emotional support. Close friends are usually the people we turn to during challenging times, and the bond is usually strong enough to withstand the test of time and distance. Okay. So they're probably the people that you talk to or see at least once or twice a week. This could be a mix of text, calls, or in person meetups. Or maybe you're in a group chat with all your close friends, maybe like two people or three people. The key is maintaining regular and meaningful contact to keep the relationship strong. With close friends, it's important to be open and honest. You can share personal experiences, seek and offer emotional support to them. You can consider lending or borrowing money with clear communication. So they are the ones that you borrow your skirt to. They can sleep over at your house. With close friends, you can also engage in spontaneous plans or last minute hangouts because there's a level of comfort and trust there. You can rely on them for advice on your personal business, whether it's about relationships, career decisions, or life challenges. You can expect them to be there when you need a listening ear. Close friends can also be your travel friends, people you go on trips with because you trust them and you vetted them. Okay. You can trust them to pick up your kid from school when you can't for some reason. Okay. So these are people that you vetted and you trust them, but they're not your best friend, but you guys are very close. Okay. So with close friends, you can share personal and intimate details due to the depth of your relationship. So you can feel free to discuss your personal challenges, your emotional struggles, your mental health issues, or difficult life events because they can provide support and advice. Okay. You can talk about your long term life goals, your career aspirations, your personal dreams. Maybe they can help you plan, brainstorm, or even offer encouragement. You can celebrate your accomplishments and milestones with your close friends. They're more likely to share in your joy and provide encouragement for your future goals. You can talk to them about sensitive topics like politics and religion. Also, you can comfortably share your romantic relationship difficulties, significant but are not too overwhelming or too personal. Okay, so for example, maybe you and your boyfriend are having communication issues, so you might discuss your frustrations about how you and your partner are having, communicating effectively. Maybe you could talk about the disagreements over like your daily routines. Maybe you guys don't know how to split the household chores or whatever, something like that. um Maybe you guys are having a hard time with the work life balance in your relationship. You know, like general concerns about your relationship. It's not too deep, but it's deep enough for a close friend to give advice on how you can navigate it. These are significant issues, but they don't necessarily involve deeply personal or sensitive details that you might reserve for a best friend, such as infidelity, deeply rooted issues, or very private aspects of your relationship. Here's what I think you should avoid sharing with your close friends. So, um, maybe like severe mental health struggles or private traumas. So, some traumas are just way too deep for close friends. Everybody can't handle, really traumatic things. So dumping that on them might not be unfair on your part. And sometimes it's just too personal to share with close friends. So uh, some things you might have to just discuss it with the best friend or a mental health professional. Okay. Let's move on to expectations. Okay. So you should expect loyalty from your close friends. Expect emotional support. Expect help with practical tasks like running errands together, helping you assemble furniture, providing advice on personal projects. Expect them to be there when you are celebrating for special occasions like your birthday, baby showers, weddings. Expect them to make time for regular hangouts, whether that's like grabbing coffee, having dinner, or engaging in shared hobbies. Expect them to keep your secrets and have your back when you are not present. Okay. You can borrow money to your close friends, but make sure it's not a huge amount. Okay. Make sure they have a history of paying you back before you lend out money. Okay. Here's what you shouldn't expect from your close friends. Okay. So your close friends have their own lives. Okay. They have their own responsibilities. So it's unrealistic to expect them to always be available at moments notice. So respect their boundaries and their personal time. Okay. It's also unfair to expect close friends to shoulder all your burdens and solve all your problems. They can offer support and advice to you, but sometimes you need professional help. Okay. So do not just dump all your things onto them. They're still humans. They still have their own life. Some things you just have to talk to a professional because it can become draining for other people. Um, Even if close friends are willing to help in times of need, it's important not to rely on them financially. You borrowing money from them all the time, it can seem like you're just taking advantage of them or something, and it can strain the friendship. So you need to have boundaries around your close friends because although they are great for a lot of things, you still don't want to, you know, take too much advantage of them. Okay. Moving on to the last one, which is best friends. Best friends hold a special place in our lives. Okay. At some point, they are more like a sister than just a friend to you. Okay. Like an extended family. You know, you trust each other, you're loyal to each other, and support each other all the time. Okay. Best friends are usually the first people that we turn to in times of joy or crisis, and the bond is often unbreakable. So your best friend is your confidant, your adventure buddy, your travel companion, your unpaid therapist. You just get each other. Okay. You have inside jokes. You finish each other's sentences. You probably send TikToks to each other all day. You're texting throughout the day. You probably FaceTime to catch up on some days after work. Um, With best friends, it's important to be completely open and honest without judgment. You can share your deepest thoughts and feelings with your best friend. You can offer and seek support when needed. Your secrets are safe with them and they always have your back, even when you're not around. Okay. They will get active for you. They will tell you the truth, even when it's hard for you to hear it. These are people that sometimes you can even communicate with each other without words. Like maybe you just glance at each other or do a little gesture, and you guys can communicate without actually saying anything. um, your best friend is willing to make sacrifices for you, whether it's giving up their time, maybe changing their plans or being there for you when you need them the most, when you're going through something. Here's what you can share with your best friend that you might not share with a close friend. So your crazy conspiracy theories, you can share that with your best friend. The weirder things you be doing, you can share that with your best friend. um, the things that people that will think that you're weird for, you can share that with your best friend. Um, you can also share some things about your family. So, like your family history, some family issues, you know, things that might be going on with your family that is bothering you. You can discuss your, unconventional dreams and plans in details with your best friend. They're usually your biggest cheerleaders. You can also be vulnerable around your best friend. You can tell them about your fears, your anxieties about some things, some insecurities, not all. You can tell them about the little mundane, stupid things that happen in your daily life. Okay. Maybe you can discuss major life decisions that you're going through with your best friend. You can share some relationship issues that you're having with your best friend. But even with your best friends, there are still certain topics that might be best kept private, okay, to yourself. So, for example, overly personal health issues. So, some things you just shouldn't share with anyone except your doctor. Okay. So, for example, I don't know, if you have an STD or something, please keep that to yourself. They don't need to know that. Okay. Um, also, some intimate details of your romantic relationship. Okay. It's okay to discuss some relationship issues with your best friend, but some things should be kept with just you and your partner. So, for example, specific sexual experiences with your partner. So they don't need to know how big his thing is. Okay. They don't need to know how he lays it down. They don't need to know what he wants to do in bed. And they don't need to know that. Sometimes that's a little too private. Okay. They don't need to know some vulnerabilities and insecurities from your partner. Okay. So if your partner shares something deeply personal about himself to you, do not tell that to your best friend. That's none of her business. Okay. Also, confidential relationship issues. So maybe your partner is going through something with his mental health, or he's having family issues or something. Do not tell that to your best friend, because that's not her. That's not really her, business. Okay. Also, disagreements or fights. So what I mean by this is like minor disagreements. So I'm not talking about like actual physical fight. If you're actually physically fighting with your partner, you need to leave them. You need to tell other people about it so they can, force you to leave him because you have to. But I'm talking about, like, how you have little minor disagreements or conflicts with your boyfriend. Your boyfriend don't need to know. Sorry, your best friend don't need to know every single little fight that you have with your boyfriend. Okay. Sometimes doing that is gonna make your best friend hate your boyfriend, even though like you're never leaving him, because like it's really not that deep. But sometimes the way you say things will make your best friend hate your boyfriend. So you don't need to tell them about every single little thing. Maybe if it's like something big that you really can't fathom, maybe they can help you through it, but they don't need to know about every single fight that you have with your romantic partner. Okay. Also, there are some private family matters that you shouldn't share with your best friends. So, for example, um, maybe legal matters. They don't need to know that your cousin stole something and now he's going to jail. That's not her business. Um, Inherited wealth or estate planning. Like if you came into money, I don't think you should tell your best friend that. No shade. That's just me. But you could do whatever you want. It's your life. You should absolutely expect loyalty from your best friend. You can borrow money to your best friend, but again, make sure that it's money that you're okay with not getting back. If you can't fathom not getting that money back, then you probably shouldn't lend it out. Okay. You can ask for rides with your best friend if your car broke down. Your best friend can help you move if you're moving, or if you need a place to stay for a few days or a few weeks. Your best friend can do that. You can call her up. They can help you in emergencies. And you should expect regular check ins with your best friend. So, through calls, messages, or face to face meetings to maintain the connection. Okay. So, expect them to be there when you are celebrating your special occasions like birthdays, baby showers, weddings. They should also know your birthday without you having to constantly remind them. Expect them to make time for your regular hangouts. Expect them to be able to keep your secrets and have your back when you're not present. So, here's what you shouldn't expect from your best friend. So, unconditional financial support. So, do not become a leech, okay? Do not constantly borrow money that you know you're not going to, give back to her just because she's your best friend, okay? Do not take advantage of people. Um, Also, your best friend is their own person outside of you. Okay, they're not just a side character in your life. They're also the main character of theirs. So they're not always going to be available 24/7 for you. Okay, do not be draining. Do not expect them to completely sacrifice themselves for you. Okay, although they are your best friends, they're still a human. Okay, they will help you, right? They're your best friend, they can help you, but you need to make sure you're not taking advantage of them. Okay, so sometimes you need to let your best friend rest. Okay, they can't be there to help you all the time. So now that we've gone over all these categories, what is your friendship situations looking like right now? Do you have close friends, best friends, casual friends? Personally, I only have casual friends right now in my life, and that's what I prefer right now. That's what works for my life right now. I cut off my close friends and best friends a couple years ago, so I'm still healing from that. My romantic partner kind of fills that void of a best friend right now, so I enjoy my casual friends. We have fun, but it's not too deep. And I make sure that they understand that I don't want anything more than a casual friendship. That's another thing, ladies. You have to make sure that people know where they stand with you. If you don't want to be somebody's best friend, then don't do best friends things with them, and don't allow them to do it for you either. Otherwise, they feel used and betrayed. Okay. If you just want a casual friendship, then don't act like a close friend. Okay. Pay attention to the signs so that you know which category you fit in people's lives. Okay. Based on their actions. Are you in the close friend category? Are you just a casual friend? Because a lot of the times we break our own hearts by overestimating our position in people's lives. So act according to your category. Okay. I know there is some pushback with people on this topic. There are some people that believe that you should treat people like they're your close friends, but that's the problem. That's why you keep getting used and being taken advantage of. Okay, everybody can't be a close friend. Everybody can't be a best friend. Set clear expectations and boundaries for each category so that so that you're not overextending yourself to people. In your Glow Getter guidebook, you can go to the My Standards for Friendship page and do a breakdown. Write down what you expect of close friends versus best friends versus casual friends. Write down the boundaries you have for each. Okay, help yourself out. Stop breaking your own heart. Okay. All right. With that being said, I love you guys. If you made it to the end of the video, shout out your best friend. Check out the Glow Getter Guidebook on Amazon. All right, Glow Getters, I will see you in the next video. Bye.